Hey y'all, Joe Dragon here, and as we all know, World of Warcraft's next expansion is going to be Warlords of Draenor. So this expansion is going to take us back in time, sort of, to a world where the orcs, excluding Gul'dan, never drank the blood of the Manoroth. Now many people might be confused by this, thinking that our current timeline will be completely destroyed, and that's simply not the case. So the purpose of this video is to explain it a little bit as far as I understand it, based on listening to the panels at BlizzCon multiple times and just generally figuring out a few things on my own. I'm also going to theorize on how it's going to all go down, and that part may or may not be accurate. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So basically what's going to happen in the near future, most likely the patch 6.0 right before the expansion hits, is that the Dark Portal is going to turn red. And when it turns red, the Iron Horde will start pouring through it and invading Azeroth. At this point, the Alliance and the Horde is going to be forced to deal with the problem by, I believe, going into the Red Portal and back to Draenor. We now know that Garrosh is going to be responsible for the Iron Horde coming to Azeroth, as well as his little buddy, which may or not be this bronze dragon here, possibly disguised as Anduin Wrynn. That's been a theory at least. And we know from the past that dragons such as Onyxia could disguise themselves as prominent figures. Again, this is just a theory. This could just be the actual Anduin trying to ask why, but we don't know for sure. Somebody has to break him out, and during one of the panel, the devs pretty much confirmed that it was a bronze dragon. So I quickly threw together a little chart showing exactly what's going to happen with the timeline. As you can see here, the green timeline, our current unaltered timeline, is going to remain intact. It cannot be altered, because if it were, the events would cancel themselves out, and Garrosh would never be able to go back in time in the first place, because he would have never been brought to Azeroth, at least as it was done. So what is going to happen is that when Garrosh is transported back in time, it's going to create an alternate parallel timeline in which Garrosh can do whatever he wants, we can do whatever we want to it, and it won't affect our history. Garrosh is going to stop the orcs from drinking the blood of the Manoroth, and this is going to basically put him into favor as well as bringing them the technology of the siege engines that he brings back from our current time. At least that's how I understand it. I mean, he has to bring something to the table, otherwise he's just some faceless orc that, why else would they give him control other than gratitude for saving them from the Manoroth, but they really never knew what was going to happen there. So, once Garrosh convinces the now Iron Horde that it would be a good idea to invade Azeroth, his bronze dragonflight buddy is going to link the Dark Portal to our present. And at that point, the past Draenor alternate timeline is going to run parallel with our present timeline and essentially bringing it into the future, or our present. So the whole thing is really a matter of traveling to an alternate dimension rather than traveling to the past and time traveling. Alright, does everyone have that? Good, let's move on. Now let's theorize about how this is all going to happen. How is Garrosh going to get back in time? The Bronze Dragonflight lost their powers, right? They can only glimpse into the past now. They can't actually travel there. Now, ever since the Timeless Isle came out, I knew that it had to have something to do with the next expansion. There had to be some sort of link. Why would they just suddenly plop this island down? I mean, it's not just filler content, right? Well, it kind of is and it kind of isn't, because there is a quest line there. that involves a bronze dragonflight and helping them gain some of their power back. The quest is given to you by this guy, and I've got to say I never trusted him. He claims to want to bring some of the power back to the bronze dragonflight, and that's the whole point of you helping him to power up this hourglass, which will let you view the past or the present or the future and alternate futures. In this vision, you are able to see what could be. And frankly, it seems like we were gathering a little too much power for a simple vision. So this leads me to believe that there's much more power in that hourglass than what we are led to believe. And in the final vision, we see Soradormi, which is the prime consort to Nosdormo, die. And guess who's there? Kairos even then tells you that you should tell no one else about what you saw. This leads me to one conclusion. Kairos is the traitor. So at some point, for some reason, this jerk-off is going to take Garrosh back in time. Now, why he would want to do such a thing, and what his ultimate goal is, I guess we're going to have to find that out next expansion. It was said that the events of this expansion will have consequence, and will lead directly into the next expansion, but I would say that it's pretty safe to say that Kairos is working for some sort of old god, probably N'Zoth. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, a lot of it was speculation, so if I turn out to be wrong, well, so be it. On a personal note, I think that this expansion is going to be one of the best WoW expansions. At least better than Mist of Pandaria, even though I enjoyed Mist of Pandaria greatly. So don't let all the haters get you down, because there are going to be plenty of people who are going to hate on this just like they hated on Kung Fu Pandas. So let's just wait and see what Blizzard has in store for us. And until next time, I'll see you later.